Well, hello, my friends. Kevin the Comic Doctor coming to you with a Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness open spoiler discussion. If you have not seen this movie yet, you might technical. Hold on, let me turn that down. Whoop, there we go. If you have not seen this movie, you may want to avoid this discussion. I'm going to talk openly about it. So I will give out, details about the movie. If you don't care, and you haven't seen it yet, stick around. Ask as many questions as you'd like. Some people don't care about spoilers. Some people don't mind if it's spoiled. But again, this is the place to find out more about it. It won't be a very long video, maybe half hour or so. We'll talk a little bit about it. And hey, you know what? I want to know what you think of this movie as well. So if you went out and had a chance to see it, let me know actually if you liked it. I have a poll. I got a poll that's going on right now. Where's that poll? It is, the poll is right there. Only, I think, 5 people have voted. So if you're just getting here now, go to the poll and let me know if you liked it. Let me know. Most people seem to like it, but again, let us know in that poll, and let us know in the chat section what you thought. Do you agree with what I'm saying? Do you disagree with what I'm saying? Do you have your own views of this movie? Let us all know. That makes for a much more enjoyable video. Okay, let's get right to it. Now, if you watched my video yesterday, you know I said I liked the movie. I did like Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. What I also liked, and what a lot of people don't seem to like, is the fact that Sam Raimi made this movie his own. What I mean by that is the style of the director is very prevalent in this movie, very noticeable in this movie. And I like that. As a film buff, as a film fan, I absolutely love that. I don't want to go and see a cookie cutter MCU movie. I love that Taika Waititi gets in there and creates a very wacky Thor movie. I like that Sam Raimi's gotten in there and has done his own, added his own flair to an MCU film. I love to see these auteur directors going in there and showing us what they got. Give me a Tim Burton version. I want to see it. I have no problem with that. But some people do have a problem with it. Sam Raimi also tended to pay homage to a lot of his earlier films, especially to the Evil Dead franchise. Of course, we have Ash himself showing up, Bruce Campbell showing up in this movie. Bruce Campbell has showed up in, I think, most every Sam Raimi movie, whether he's the lead or as a cameo. And in this case, he came as a cameo. And I'll tell you, my son and daughter were like, who is this guy? Why are they paying so much attention to this random character? Of course, I knew who it was. And after the movie had ended, I explained why Bruce Campbell had showed up. And punching himself with a hand he couldn't control. Well, Evil Dead, right? Evil Dead. Fighting his own hand and cutting his own hand off and then replacing it with a chainsaw. If you're a Sam Raimi Evil Dead fan, you know exactly what I'm talking about, and you appreciate that he threw that in there. But some people did not. It irritated a lot of people. And is that you? Are you one of the people that it irritated? If you're just getting here right now, please go over to my poll and let me know what you think. Did you like it? Yes or no? Simple question. What else did I like about this film? Again, I like that Sam Raimi's, chef's, kiss was on there, but others may not like it. I love that they started playing with bringing in new and exciting characters such as Reed Richards and Black Bolt. Again, guys, it's a spoiler discussion, so I'm going to let some things out here. We all know that Professor X shows up in this movie, and then Monica Rambeau, Captain Marvel, and Captain Carter comes in here. Awesome. When that was all happening, I loved it. I wasn't too crazy about who they chose to be in the Illuminati, I'll be honest. I would have preferred other characters, but I was happy to see those characters. I love that. And that's one thing I've always said this about the MCU. I love that they're kind of doing what the comics always used to do and having crossovers and team ups. I love that. I love that I could read a Fantastic Four comic book and you'd see an explosion or something in the distance and the Fantastic Four would recognize it. And then, in a little yellow box, it would say, well, you want to know what explosion is? Check out the latest issue of Avengers number or whatever. You know what I mean? They would connect. It was an interconnected universe. So I love that these characters are coming together. But here comes the but. What I did not like was I did not like that those characters were in and then out within like 10 minutes. I think one of the biggest strengths of Spider-Man No Way Home was the fact that Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield weren't just a flash in the pan. They didn't just show up and leave. They showed up and stuck around and became an integral part of that story. But in this movie, that's where they failed. These characters showed up. Reed Richards, Krasinski, we finally got him as Reed Richards and Professor X, and they killed them off in like less than, I think, 12 minutes. They were gone. And that was it. No more cameos other than the different variant Doctor Stranges. But so that was my biggest problem. I really think that had they kill them off, that's fine, but leave one or two around to go on this adventure with Doctor Strange, make that connection with Doctor Strange. And they didn't do that. And I think that hurt the movie personally. I really do think that was, that hurt the film. Another thing, I did not care about was, well, I should talk about more things I liked. I also liked the fast-paced nature of the film. It tended to go stagnant about in the midpoint, but then it picked up again at the end. But I liked how fast-paced it was. As soon as the movie starts, you're into the action right away. It's like go, 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 go. I like that fast-paced nature. I also love the horror elements of this film. There was a part in this film where Elizabeth Olsen is walking down a hallway and she's all bloody and she's like walking and she's all like demented looking, and it was pretty creepy. I loved it. Again, going back to Sam Raimi's horror roots, we certainly have that look. And she looked like Carrie at one point too, from Brian De Palma's Carrie, all bloody. It was great. So I love that. I love that about the horror aspects of this film was fantastic. And again, I appreciate that. I appreciate that you're giving us a Marvel movie that's a horror. That was excellent. I really did enjoy that. And there was, of course, going back to the zombies, the Doctor Strange comes back to life. It possesses a dead Doctor Strange, a rotted Doctor Strange body. I love that. That was awesome. Half his face is rotted away and his fingers are all gross. Dug that, man. And even a lot of the creatures and the demonic creatures that show up are very reminiscent again of the Evil Dead. Okay, so those are some of the highlights, things I really liked about the movie. Again, I already said I didn't like the fact that cameos came and went really fast. That really stunk. The other thing that I really did not like, and I hope no one's a big fan of, where is she? Rachel McAdams. I'm not. A good Canadian girl. I am not a super huge fan of hers. I am not a fan of that Christine Palmer character, and they gave that Christine Palmer way too much time on the screen. Get rid of her and throw Reed Richards in there. Heck, get rid of her and put Captain Carter in there. Why is she going on this adventure? I understand. Also, they didn't ever really make it clear that he was that in love with her. Really, ever since Doctor Strange, the first Doctor Strange film, we never hear from her again, really. And we hear from her again in the What If series, where we kind of see that he did try to live different lives to bring her back, but in every single life she comes back, she dies. No matter what he does, she always dies. I'm sure you've seen that in the What If series. So why is she back again? Why is she alive again? I mean, can't he just, like, the whole point of this film was him coming to terms with the fact that he's chosen this life. He could have gotten married, had kids, and a white picket fence and all that, but he decided to, go down this road and become the Sorcerer Supreme, become a superhero fighting aliens and what have you. But man, it was really, I didn't want to see her. She took up way too much screen time. And couldn't we have just had him be a little melancholy at the beginning and maybe make a comment that he wonders if he made a right choice? And that's all we need. We don't need her. We didn't need her that much. And she was on that screen way too much. I think I would have traded Christine Palmer for any one of those Illuminati characters to stick around a little bit longer, or even have one of the other Avengers from our own timeline, 616 timeline, come about. I will say I was kind of disappointed we really did not get indication as to how the mutants or the X-Men are going to eventually fit into our universe. I have an idea how they're going to do it. They gave some clues out in this film. They're not solid clues. They're just still speculations, but I think I know how they're going to do it. I'm not crazy about that potential idea. I think where they're going is they made mention that when two multiverses collide, one of those Earths or multiverses is destroyed. And I have a feeling there's going to be a collision of multiverses, which is going to bring, the X-Men universe and our universe, or the 616 universe together. I think that's where something like that's going to happen, I think. I don't think Elizabeth Olsen is going to be the bringer of mutants, I don't think she was the taker away of mutants. I don't think that's the case. But again, I have no idea. No one has an idea. Kevin Feige has an idea. I would hope he does. But this movie didn't really give us any concrete, ideas to where they're going with this, which is kind of aggravating. So I really want those X-Men. Like, why do we get an Eternals movie and a Shang-Chi movie and no X-Men movie yet? Like, come on, man. Bring the X-Men in. We're dying to see these characters in this universe. I'd like to see them sooner rather than later. I don't want to wait 5 more years to get an X-Men movie. That's me. How do you feel about that? And I'll finish my little spiel off. We'll go over to the chat room and see what you guys thought of the Multiverse of Madness. Those post-credit scenes were pretty lame as well. Right? We see my girlfriend, Charlize Theron, show up as, I forget, the female Sorcerer Supreme, which is fine. No problem with that. But that last, you wait to the very, very end credit scene after all the credits roll with Bruce Campbell again. Again, for those people who have no idea what Bruce Campbell is, they're like, what the hell, man? Right? You can't expect people to know who that guy is. He hasn't done anything since Ash and the Walking Dead series was out, a year and a half, 2 years ago? And it didn't do all that great, and it didn't have that much of a following. And I'm telling you, most MCU fans have no clue who he is or where he's from. So why they would waste a post-credit scene on that, I have no clue. Let's see what you guys think. Let's go back to the poll. A whole 12 votes. But even so, there's a 12 votes. 83% of you said you liked it, and 17% of you said you did not. And that kind of goes with the current rating on Rotten Tomato, which I think, let's go over there right now and have a quick look. Let's go to Rotten Tomatoes and see. Rotten Tomatoes. Let's see what it is. I'm curious. It was around 85% last time. Doctor Strange. Let's see what they say. Doctor Strange. Let's do the first one now. Watch. With my luck. Yeah, they gave me the first. So the first Doctor Strange movie, just for the heck of it, the first Doctor Strange movie, why is that in my way? Okay, was... What's this thing doing? Was 89% critic rating and 85% audience rating. I'm getting a lot of ad blockers here. I don't know what the hell this is all about. It's not giving me an answer. Sorry, guys. It's not letting me do it. My computer's being really stupid. Anyways, let's go back to the chat, wherever that might be. I lost it there. It's right here. There it is. Okay, let's go to the chat and see what's going on. Let's see who's here. Let's see who is here. Okay, we got Dennis was here early, I think. Doctor, you're a teacher. What is your favorite student demographic? Maybe you like them all or none. My favorite student demographic. Well, I don't know what that. Of course, you like them all. You like all the kids. Some kids are a pain in the butt. Some kids are not. You take the good with the bad. Most kids are pretty good. I've had a couple of bad seeds in my time. In my 25-year career, I've had some kids that have been really a lot of work. But for the most part, I've been blessed to have good kids. So much red, my magic is purple. Maroon, aqua. Boy, you had a lot to say there, Dennis. I'm not going to say that one. All of the Paradox. Where is the portal? Again. Did you see it, Dennis? What'd you think? Lou Monof. Did I say that right? I hope I did. Think other options needed for the vote. I didn't hate or really like the movie. Well, come on. I know it's one of those I'm on the fence type things, and I was kind of like that too. But if I had to pick whether I liked it or disliked it, I leaned more towards I liked it. So how would I ask you that? Did you like it more than you disliked it? How about that? Yeah, let me know what you think there, Lou. Stavros, hey, Doc, going to see it again, maybe a third time. So you then obviously are one of the people that liked it. Why did you like it? What did you like about the movie? Oops, all the spoilers, please. And Dennis, I'm sure you've listened to John and Rob go off on their views as well. McManus, how's it going, McManus? Hey, how you doing? And I believe I know who you are. That's Carson, I believe, right, Carson? Stavros tells us that Doctor Strange dies. He does die, actually, doesn't he? That's okay. Lettuce and mayo now. Jimmy, not. I haven't seen you. What are you doing here, Jimmy? Get out of here. Or if you don't care about spoilers, welcome, my friend. Lettuce, lots of lettuce. Hey there, James. How's it going? Did you see it yet, James? Did you? Ditko's World. Yes, it was Ditko World. A lot of people don't realize that Steve Ditko was the creator of... I don't think he created Doctor. Again, it was a collaboration, right, with Stan Lee, but he did the art for the early Strange Tales books, where we see the first appearance and several first appearances of Doctor Strange. Davros, Kevin, you should be the Sideshow Doctor Strange statue. You should see the Sideshow Doctor Strange statue last week. Well, I can see it right now. Let's go and see if we can find it and share with everybody, because I love, hey man, Sideshow. If I had the room. If I had the room, the transition idea. If I had the room, guys, I'd have a museum of and the money. Sideshow Doctor Strange. I'm sure it looks amazing. Why is this not? Oh, there. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's nothing wrong with that. Let's get the sucker up here. I think this is the most recent one. That has to be it right there. Yeah, is this the one right here? Is that it? That's the first one that's coming up. Nothing wrong with that. There's other ones too, but that's pretty nice. Is that the one, Stav? Yeah, I could go for that. I love that. Oops. Oh, lost my... Sorry, guys. I'm getting back to the chat window here. There we go. Nice. I love those Sideshow statues, man. Potishan, making movies for himself. You think so? I don't know. I mean, look, I think every director that works at Marvel, I don't think I know this. They're given details. They're told what they have to cover in the story. You know, Doctor Strange must go from here to here. What you put in the middle is entirely up to you. You can't use this. You can use this. This is the playground you can play in. These are the things you can use. These things you can't use. Do what you want. And I think that's a lot of freedom for the directors, and I think it's great. And again, I think of someone like a James Gunn, right, with Guardians of the Galaxy, a very different movie than, say, Avengers Endgame or Captain America Civil War, right? And I love that. I love that these movies are so different, and that's a beautiful thing. I'll take all a la Ash. Reed Richards' famous party pooper. Dead party pooper. Reed Richards was terrible. Yeah, he didn't. What did he do? How could he be good? They didn't give him an opportunity to shine or do anything. Again, it was a really disappointing, and no Namor. That's right. I was wondering about that. Namor is slated to be the villain in the upcoming Black Panther film, Black Panther 2. Why would they not have him show up as one of the Illuminati in this? You know, would have made more sense than Captain Marvel or Captain Carter. I'll be honest, I really wanted to see an Iron Man in there, whether it be Tom Cruise, which everyone says it was a fan thing, you know, but whether it be Robert Downey Jr. coming back and reprising his role as an alternate universe Iron Man, or a different actor playing it would have been really cool to see Iron Man in there. I would have liked him to stay a little closer to the team or the Illuminati grouping than they actually came up with. And they had to make it, gender, they had to have like girls and boys. It couldn't just be, all boys. That's not allowed. No. Not in this day and age. Stavros, theater erupted when the Illuminati came on. Mine too. Mine did go kind of kooky there. What the heck? Potish, I think you mean, are you referring to Reed Richards being bad? I agree. You mean 10 seconds. Yeah, 10. It was bad. It was like really quick. Hey, Wayne's in the house. Wayne, how you doing? Haven't called you yet. Got to do it though. Have to call you soon. Tomorrow. Wayne, we got to connect tomorrow. We have to connect tomorrow. Stavros, you would need to pay them more. Yeah, I guess, but boy, the movie would do better. Like, the movie did very well. It did very, very well. And I heard others talk about how Marvel kind of copied the marketing from Sony, which is kind of neat. You know, the marketing from Spider-Man No Way Home, giving us a little glimpse, you know, with Dr. Octopus, right? With Alfred Molina, and then giving us little tidbits here and there and just teasing. And then, you know, it really drove up the anticipation for that movie. And that movie did so well. This movie did very, very well at the box office. And I think it's going to do very well in its second week as well, too. People are hungry for it. Those Illuminati from the multiverse will get others on Earth. You could be very well. You could be right. Polidano says he also thought the special effects were wonky. You know, I have a hard, unless it's really, really, really bad, I have a hard time determining whether or not special effects are bad. I can see it more on television shows like that Moon Knight show that just came out. There were some moments in that where I felt it was a little bit wonky. That first episode when they're driving along that windy road, I think it was in Holland or in Germany, in the countryside there, or Switzerland, I don't know where the heck they were, but it seemed pretty bad. You know, when the rocks all came down, it was pretty bad. I recognize that. But in this movie, I didn't really see that. But you know, maybe my eye's not as in tune as yours is. Stavros, those Illuminati from the multiverse will get others on Earth. I hope you're right. Luke is here. How you doing, Luke? Lou says, visually, it was a great story, was very underwhelming. The story is very underwhelming. Yeah, you know what? I would agree with that a little bit. I would say that. Again, I think if we would have had those characters be a bit more significant in this, and that it had more stakes in the greater, you know, scheme of things, I think we would have enjoyed it a lot more. Luke said, congrats on the 1,500 subs. Well, Luke, you're right. I think I noticed I am at 1,500 subs, and thank you guys for getting me there. You know, got there a little slowly. Again, it was kind of moving along pretty quickly until I stopped doing videos more often, and then it slowed right down. But I'm at 1,500 now, which means at some point I'm gonna have to do my 1,500 subscriber giveaway. And for the 2,000 subscriber giveaway, I already have an awesome gift. I don't know how in the hell I'm gonna mail it. It's a large print. I believe it's signed by, I think it's Jim Lee. I think it's Jim Lee. I'm going to bring it in and show it to you. It's at my shop right now. It's on my wall at the shop. But that's going to be my 2,000 subscriber gift, and it's really nice. And maybe I'll throw another comic in there as well too. But yeah, but thank you for that, Luke. I'm going to try to get a video out. I'll try. I got another box arrived today, so I have another unboxing coming up, and I have more boxes coming as well. So I might just wait and do all of them at once. Do another 3 or 4 box unboxing this weekend at some point. Passion, was Reed Richards the stupidest man on earth? It seemed like he was. That he thought he could beat Scarlet Witch. Dennis, don't piss off the romantics. McMahon, smartest man on earth, tells the Scarlet Witch exactly how to kill Black Bolt. Yep. James, hello from New Mexico. Hello, James. How are you, my friend? Late night alum. I was disappointed they didn't explain why Rintrah was Kamar-Taj. Or was that? Oh, yeah. Rintrah was at Kamar-Taj. What was he doing there and why? Also, which other unique individual non-human also resides at Kamar-Taj? I don't know. But it's true. You have all these interesting new characters that show up. Rintrah being one of them. And there's not really any explanation. And there was no explanation either. I forget her name. Somebody out there will... Clea. That's it. Clea. Clea showed up. And no explanation. Again, people have no clue who these characters are. There's no backstory, no nothing. It's just kind of, here you go, and we'll talk about this in 3 years. It's like, I don't know, man. I think the MCU is kind of coming unhinged a little bit. It's not as tight as it once was. I could be wrong, but anybody else feel that way? It feels a little loosey goosey, kind of losing its way. And I think this multiverse is not necessarily a good thing. And now they have that character, America Chavez, in the universe, and she's staying, and she can jump from multiverse to multiverse, which means multiverse is not going anywhere. And I don't know if that's a good thing. Perhaps it's a bad thing. I was disappointed they didn't explain. Okay, we said that already. Thank you, late night alum. Stavros says Strange already destroyed one multiverse. Yes, and What's happening now? Dennis Mason says, "Ooh, I just jumped up. Whoop. Pissed themselves casting any X-Men. We'll never find another Wolverine. Boo-hoo. They'll find another Wolverine. And she's my... Oh, I don't know, Wayne. I have to fight over her. I love Charlize Theron. I love her. Stavros, imagine Doctor Strange teaming up with Doctor Strange. Well, they almost did. Team up with Wolverine. Yeah, that'd be all right. Many people thought that we were going to see a Wolverine in this. No such luck. I don't know when the hell they're going to bring the X-Men in. I don't know how they're going to do it. I've had all these ideas, and they've not listened to a damn thing I've said. I don't know. And now we're going into Thor, Love and Thunder, and then we're going into, I think, Black Panther, and then we're going into the Quantumania with Ant-Man. When's the next Avengers movie coming out? You know, maybe that'll kind of ground things a bit. Because right now, again, things seem to be coming unhinged a bit, which is very disheartening. Good, Carson. Good to see you, buddy. Yeah, he tells Wanda Black Bolt's power. He kind of alludes to it, and that's why she kind of blocked his mouth. So when he spoke, it blew out his head. Yeah, Luke, you're right. He was supposed to be on it. The Illuminati that we know consists of Submariner, Black Bolt, Iron Man, Tony Stark, Black Panther, Submariner, and Doctor Strange, and Professor X, right? Did I miss one or add one? Yeah, so, yeah. Wayne says, yes, I agree. We need to connect. I'd like books off before you're away. I know, and I want to send one more parcel off before I go. Yeah, it has to be after 3 p.m., my friend. Did you get my text today? Yes, I did. Yeah, expensive, huh? Yeah. Wayne sent me a text today. I'm not going to mention the name of the presser, but there's a presser out in the States. He's well known. He's a good presser. I've talked to him before. He's a nice guy. He knows what he's doing. That's for damn sure. And his prices, because of the busyness of it, he's jacked his prices up. So I think the pressing starts at around 45 US. And I think he's got 2 tiers now, 45 US and a 75 US. And that's it. You know, he's taking advantage of the busy season and how busy things are. Nothing wrong with that. I'm not going to do that. You know, I'm not going to do that. If I was caught up, maybe I would add some kind of special tier where I would charge $50 for a book. Maybe I would do that, but I can't. I've got too many books in queue right now where I can't just. All right, everybody, you submitted them at $25 each. I'm going to increase the price now by double. I'm going to double it. Sit back, relax, and enjoy your bill. No, I can't do that. But I mean, he didn't do that. All right. So he just created a new price guide and that's that, and take it or leave it. Right. Late night alum. Whoops. I wonder which other unique individuals reside at Carmitage. I wonder too. Right. And I'm sure at some point we'll see. Stavros, what month are you working on? Wong was good in the movie. Just happy to see Marvel movies. Yeah, Stavros, I'm into October pretty much now. I'm finishing up a big September order. It's like a 60 book order. I've got through about 25 of them so far. And then I'm pretty solidly into October now. And I'm doing November, December books too, if they're small orders. I can get them done and get them gone. And I've even done a couple of January small orders too. But we're moving right along. Again, unfortunately, as if you weren't listening, if you weren't in yesterday, I'm going to be MIA for about 12 days. I have to go take care of some family business. So unfortunately, the shop will be closing down on after this Saturday for 2 Saturdays. I won't be available. I'm going to try to do a mailing this week for books I have on hand that need to go out. I'm going to ship those out hopefully on Monday. And then I'm going to be, like I said, MIA for about a week and a half. Yeah. And if you have any, you can still contact me by email and I'll get to them slowly. But I may not be able to receive texts at that point where I'm going to be, just so you know. Yeah. But emails is always the best way. Multiverse is exploding, exploring Feige options. Yeah, I guess. 1X at a time. But how much time do we have, Dennis? Nope. 4 tiers up to 170 a press. That's crazy. Is he going to go back down? You got to now. This gentleman who's doing this again, he's been around probably longer than me. Like I started like about 10 years ago. I've been doing this for around 10 years. He was around when I was doing it, and he worked out of his house. Like when I started off, I was out of the house too, but now he has his own little shop. He's got a couple guys who work for him, I believe. And he does restoration removal as well. So it's not just pressing and cleaning. He does the full gambit. So, hey, listen, if people are sending books to him and he's got that clientele, why the hell not? Right. If I was totally caught up, I'd probably do a similar thing, and I'd have like, fast track tiers, $200 a book, boom, 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 boom. And why not? Right. Why not take advantage of this rush? But again, because I'm so behind, I can't do that. Namor is sub-mayor. He is. Lou, making the Illuminati look like fools, I think, was a bad idea. I know they can bring them back, but they might have ruined them. Want to make quick work of some of the most powerful characters. Oh, for sure. For sure, she's the most powerful being in the Marvel Universe, it seems. Yeah. Phonetics are fun. They are only a 60-book order. Anything cool in that pile? Lots. You saw a few. I got some over there. They're all kind of put away over there. But yeah, I put those 4 beautiful copies. They're low-grade copies, but they turned out great, of 181 Batman, first Poison Ivy, first appearance, 2 copies of first Black Cat, really high-grade copy of first Rogue. It's probably going to be a 9.8. First Gambit, really nice copy. And some older Silver Age books too. And I got a bunch that I might work on. I may not work on. I'm kind of tired. I might go hit the sack after this, actually, guys. I'm pretty zonked. Been running around, and I was a bit late for this stream because I was running around doing some stuff that I had to get done. But yeah, I'll probably go to bed after this. 60 books is a big word. And actually, he's got more than that, I think. But I'm only going to do the 60, and then the other ones are going to have to wait a little bit. It's all right, family first. Thanks, man. Yeah, I'm not going to go into details as to what's going on, but yeah. Too much madness, not enough multiverse. Yeah, you know what? I think what a missed opportunity. What a missed opportunity this movie, I think, was. I mean, why not? If you're going to go for it, go for it. You know what I mean? Go for it. Why wasn't Tobey Maguire in this movie? Why wasn't the Reed Richards from those crappy they weren't that bad, those old Fantastic Four movies in there? Why didn't they bring what's his name back as the Human Torch? You know what I mean? They could have had so much fun. Why wasn't Deadpool in this movie? If you're gonna go for it, go for it. They brought Black Bolt back, and he was from that shitty Inhumans movie, right? So have fun. Like everywhere you go, every universe they went to, they should have had some fun with these other Marvel characters. That, I think, deep cuts too, right? Like deep dives. They should have done that. And I think it was a really unfortunate. It was unfortunate they didn't go there. Why not go there? Like, why wasn't Logan in this? Why, even for 2, if you're going to go with like a 10-minute cameo sequence, which the Illuminati pretty much ended up being like 15, maybe 15 minutes. I don't even think it was 15 minutes. Then why not, if they were going to be nothing to the greater good of this movie, really, they really didn't do anything, then why not have the other characters show up? Why didn't, Colossus show up? Why didn't Storm show up? Why didn't why didn't Nick Cage show up as friggin' Ghost Rider? Why not have some fun with, like, really jump in, make it really mad, you know what I mean? Make it a multiverse of madness. Not enough. I agree. That's a good point, man. I 100% agree with that. Not mad enough. Okay, Carson. Yeah, I'll talk to you tomorrow. I'm in December somewhere. Yeah, you're coming up very soon. And what's nice is as I'm coming closer to December, it was a time where I stopped taking books in. So there's going to be a point where I jump quickly into the new year, because I did not take a lot of books in. I think it was in November, December where I started scaling back. I did a freeze again, and I didn't have a lot of books. Some did come in. I'm not going to lie to you. People still sent books in, even when I said don't. So they're here. But I mean, I wasn't getting as many books. Listen, I dread when I open up the floodgates again. It's going to be like, I've got so many submission forms, like, guys. And by the way, I haven't responded to people with submission forms. They're there. I know they're there. What's going to happen is when I'm ready, I'm going to contact each and every person and say, send your books in or drop them off. And it's going to be a floodgate. I know it is. Sam, fam first. Okay, we said that already. Feige says some went nuts over Illuminati. Now come the real thing, and these Marvel folk are real quick and competent. Let's hope so. Stavros, I would pay more for your services. Thank you, Stavros. I appreciate that. Spine roll correction is always cool to see that drastic. Yeah, I love spine roll fixes. It's sometimes they're really, really dramatic. Yeah, Stavros, thanks very much. I don't ever want to gouge anybody. I don't want to charge $150 to do a press on on a $50 book, and listen, maybe I'll get there eventually where I start cutting off. I won't take lower grade books anymore, but there's no reason why or not lower grade, lower valued books, but there's no reason why I can't. Again, the whole idea of bringing Charlo in was to speed things up. And like I said, once I'm really excited about July, I know when July 1st rolls around and I move the presses over to the shop and me and him are working side by side in tandem, I have a feeling we're going to hammer through a lot of books much quicker. And I hope we can get caught up once and for all. Like by September, it'd be great if I only have like a 1 month turnaround time. That'd be ideal. And see what happens, right? That's what I'm hoping. But thank you for that. I do appreciate that, Stavros. Even Raimi has an ego. Who doesn't have an ego? Of course, these guys have egos. A bit. He's a funny guy. I think everybody in Hollywood has an ego, don't they, Dennis? Don't they have an ego? Right? Anybody who's got any ounce of fame or notoriety has an ego to some extent. Late night alum. Not popular probably, but they could introduce X-Men into the MCU using the House of X, Powers of X approach since the multiverse isn't going away. The different timelines and residing on Krakoa. I'm not sure about Krakoa. I'm sorry. I'm not reading any newer storyline. Anything after like 1987, I probably won't know. Sorry. I don't tend to read new comics. I just don't. But I don't think they're going to do the House of X approach. I think they're going to just use the multiverse. The House approach. So the House of X, Powers of X is a multiversal story. Then if that's the case, then perhaps it is. Is it late night? Let me know. Then his doing stuff is exhausting. If it can't take the B-52s, came late. Hey man, how's it going? Steve. Steve, it's totally worth seeing. It's 100% worth seeing. Look at the rating up there. Look at the rating. We've got, what do we have now? A whole 15 votes, 87% says go see it. So yeah, Steve, 100% go and see it. Again, guys, if you haven't voted already, let us know, put another vote in there and let people know whether or not they should go and see the movie. But for sure, Blade Man, Steve, go and see the movie. It's worth seeing. Excuse me, Dennis, there was an Inhumans movie. It was like a TV movie, made for TV. I think it was released. Sorry. I keep burping, I apologize. It is worth seeing, and it was in the movies theaters, I think, as well, and it didn't do well at all, and it was gone very fast. Cannon Father, they used to call it. Late Night. Inhumans was bad, real bad, but it was a project of Joseph Loeb and not Feige, thank goodness. Well, that's it. And Joseph Loeb, I believe, was also in charge of the Marvel Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. series, right? And Feige hated that series, and he hated the TV stuff. And I'm actually kind of shocked he brought back Anson, what's his face? Anson, whatever his name is, to play... He's a new Pike, I believe, in the Star Trek series, the new Star Trek series. They brought him back, but see how when they brought him, they killed him off first. They blew his head off. So it was Feige kind of going, screw you, Loeb. That was kind of funny. Hire Kevin now, Marvel. Hey, I'd go. Jeff Loeb of Lantern Revival? I think so. Wayne, it's not gouging, it's a correction and will help with timelines. Oh, Wayne, that's but you know what? I can't do that. If I were to do what you suggest, I'd have to do that now. I'd have to go into my system, change my invoicing, increase the pricing, and do a total. But all the books that are currently on hand have to go in at the old pricing. I wouldn't just say, okay, if your books are here, now I'm going to charge you $100 a book. I couldn't do that, right? So, and unlike CGC, I don't want to give people 30 days. I think that's crap. If I'm going to do something like that, I'm going to announce it, give 90 days. Guys, 90 days. this is coming into effect, or say at least 60 days, you know, like a 2-month window saying, get your orders in now because in 60 days the prices are going to hike and this is what's going to happen. And maybe I will do it. And you're not the only one. And Stavros, you're not the only one who said they're willing to pay more. And then again, Stavros, your books are pretty nice. I mean, you've got some high value books, so it kind of makes sense with those books. What that would do, Wayne, basically, if you increase the pricing on pressing and cleaning, people would then obviously refrain from sending in books that are not worth getting priced or pressed and cleaned at that price point. That's all. And in doing so, yes, you are right. The amount of books will subside. But I'll tell you, I thought that was going to be the case when I increased my prices from $15 to $25. I thought it was going to slow things right down. It didn't do a damn thing. Business boomed after that. So I don't know. I don't know the answer. I just feel really, really bad that I have so many books here, you know, and I can't seem to get it under control. It's you know, I'm working as diligently as I can with my current situation. I admitted I made a big boo-boo in January going back. You know, I thought I could handle it. That was a dumb mistake. I can't. And so again, I'm off again next year. And I mean, maybe I won't go back at all. I don't know. We'll see. Unless things get really, if things are like this time, if things are like this at Christmas time, I have to have a really hard look at the situation and see what's going on. Because it's hard on me. It's hard on me physically, mentally, because my mind is constantly on. I have no time to kind of shut off and just kind of relax, which kind of sucks, you know. You know how it is, guys. I'm mixing up my comic, guys. Jeff Johns, that's it. There you go. Wayne, what's wrong with that? I think you're talking about announce now, 90 days. Trust me, people will pay. I would. You should be working on minimal value. Sorry, you should be working on minimum value of books. Oh wait, I think I skipped some here. No, I didn't. Okay. Did I skip one? Oh, here it is. Sorry. Yeah, I did skip a couple. Sorry, guys. Yeah, well, no, action number one's not $25, Dennis. I charge a lot more than that, but I'll take it. Luke says the worst thing about the process of grading, it seems, thought of waiting 3 months for economies was bad before. Hey, listen, 3 months was great. Now economies is almost a year. Not all pressers do equal work. They don't. They really, really don't. And again, I never say I'll say I'm a good presser because I know I stand behind my work. I know I'm good at it. Boy, humble as ever, eh, guys? And there are other good guys out there. I know there are. But there's also other guys that are not so good. And I know guys that start up, they press 25, 30 books and they think they should be getting paid, 30, 40, 50 bucks a book. I'm like, yeah, right. I explained this to a guy today. Any profession you look at, whether it be teaching or policing or being a fireman or a plumber or a mechanic or any of that kind of stuff. Steve can be, if Steve's still here, I'm not sure if Blade Man is still here. Maybe he can attest to this as well. That if your first year you start working at a job and you're not making the same money a guy who's been at it 10 years is making, right? You're paying for that experience, you're paying for that know-how and that knowledge, and that person has walked that walk and has dealt with all the problems and knows what to expect and what have you. So you're paying for that. That's a sense of security you get with working with somebody that knows what they're doing. But again, there's so many guys. I'm having such a hard time finding presses because everyone's picking them up, and that's fine. Again, I never have a problem with guys learning the craft and trying to do their own books. But I do have a problem with guys saying, "Hey, I pressed 15 books, and now I can press yours and do a fantastic job," because not every book's the same. And you've seen the videos. I've cracked out books that were apparently pressed and clean, and they've been barely worked on. So, and another one of my clients recently sent me back a book. He sent it to a pretty popular, gotta be careful what I say here. I don't want to mention any names. He sent me a book that was worked on by a popular social media presser guy. How about that? I'll say social. I'm not going to tell you where he's popular. He's got a presence. That's all I'm going to say. And he presses books and he does other things and whatever. Anyway, he sent me the book to look at. And when he came to my shop, and this book came from one guy and this book came from another guy. And when I saw the books, I couldn't believe what he was showing me. I was like, are you serious? Are you serious? The book was dirty and it was all warped, and I couldn't understand why. Like, what the hell's going on here? You know, did he press this book? Because it sure as shit didn't look like it, man. And this guy's got thousands of followers, and this guy's got all kinds of people knocking down his door to get work done. And I'm like, if he's doing work like that, I don't understand it. Anyways, again, and I'm not going to mention any names, because I don't want to get into that. I'm not that kind of person. I don't like to point fingers or whatever. But yeah, just be careful, guys. We'll end this up in a second, guys. Almost been going an hour now. Stavros, you should be working on minimum value of books. I meant forget $25 moderns. Yeah, I get you. I get that all the time, man. But I got so many now, I got to finish. All I could do maybe is say stop taking them now. I don't know. Ed McGinty in Minneapolis does nice work. Okay, there's another guy. Ed McGinty, check him out. Hope you're taking a few days off a week. Oh, no. If not, I'm already burning. No, I'm not. Lou, I wish. No. God, I'm working full time teaching, and I come home and I do this. I go from the school to my shop. I work at the shop for usually an hour and a half, 2 or 3 times a week. If I don't go to the shop, I come home, have a bite to eat, maybe close my eyes for 30 minutes, and I start pressing again. And weekends are at the shop and pressing. Sunday, pressing all day. So, and then back to work on Monday. So no, I am burning out. I know I am, but I'm almost at the end. I got about another month and a half of school, and then I'm back to, I'm gonna work 9 to 5, and I'm not working in the evenings anymore. I'm not doing it. I won't. I'll stop. I want to spend time with the family, and I want to, maybe get healthier, because I'm a little overweight, and I got to get into shape, and I don't have, sitting on my ass cleaning books. It doesn't work. But yeah, Ed McGinty, okay, there's a lot of good guys, I'm happy if someone asks me about somebody, I'm happy to mention their names. And the person that increased their prices was Mike DeCellis over at Hero Restoration. Hero's been around for a long time. Mike's a good guy, and he does good work, and you know what? He can charge those prices. People will send him the books, and he's a good presser. I've never heard anyone say I've never ever heard anybody come back and say, Mike wrecked my book. I've never heard that. But I have heard that from other people about other guys in the business. So, yeah. Just be careful. That's all. Lou said, okay, did that already. Dennis, Fred Firth in New York is quite skilled as well. So you use a lot of guys then, Dennis. Wayne, 10,000 hours to be a professional. I heard that before too. I don't know if I have 10,000 hours, but I probably got pretty damn close. Dennis Mason, I had a vacation in 2007. That's the last time. Where am I going here? Oh my God, there it is. Wayne, sorry, I meant to be, oh no, I know exactly what you mean. That's true. I've heard that before. 3 days of Mojave with a beautiful woman. Well, that's good. I can't have anyone else work on my books. Well, thank you, Stavros. I appreciate that. Listen, it becomes like old hat, right? When you get to know somebody and you're comfortable with somebody. And I think one of the main things, I think why people come back to me, I know I do a good job. I think my communication's pretty good. I think being on here is critical. So you know that I'm around. I'm not going anywhere. And, you sent me some pretty damn big books, and they got back to you safe and sound. And that, I think, is proof of the pudding that, if I can handle an ASM1 or, an AF15, and they're getting back to you, either better than you got or at least as good as they were, as in your case, Stavros, you feel pretty comfortable. And that's important. Being comfortable with somebody is very, very important. Steve says, you need 10,000 hours experience to be a pro at your job. The Beatles said this. There you go. Recall my Hulk 181, LOL. There it is. Luke, there seems to be a lot of problems like that now with books claimed to be pressed. Yeah, and then they're not. I'm a woodworker, and what I see every day makes me weep. Well, there you go, right? Lou, I have tried 2 presser besides you. One damaged a book. The next books never looked pressed. Will stick with you. Thanks, man. Yeah, and I think, I hate to say this. I think a lot of guys will say, yeah, give me your books, I'll press them. And they have no intention of pressing your books. They'll take your books and they'll send them off the CCS, or sorry, not CCS, off the CGC or off the CBCS to get graded. You get your books back, you've invested X amount of dollars and having them pressed and now graded, and then you were like, you get them back, you're not happy, but you're like, what am I going to do now? Do I crack them out? They're done. And I think a lot of guys live with it. I think a lot of guys live with it and say, you know what? It's as good as it's going to get. But as you know, and as you've seen from a few of the videos, a few guys have said, screw this, and they brought the books to me, and I've had to do the whole process all over again. I'll tell you, there was a guy I knew, and it's the last story. I just read Steve's retire Kevin Roy, and I just rub it in, man. Just keep rubbing it in. If I had your money, I'd burn mine. I had a guy he came to me and he gave me, this is back before Infinity War came out, and he gave me 50 or 60 copies of the Infinity Gauntlet. You know, the black cover with the gauntlet, right? And they were all graded, and they all came back 9.4, 9.6s. And I'm not lying about this, guys. There's a dealer friend of mine. He was told, he trusted somebody else, and they said, give me your books, I'll press and clean them and send them off to CBCS for you. And he did that. And like I said, I think it was about 45, 50 books. I think that's what it was. And he sent them all off. This guy did all the work apparently and sent them off to CBCS. They all came back 9.4, 9.6. He cracked every single one out and brought them over to me. I cut every single one of them. This is going back a long time, by the way. I cut every single one out of the inner well, and these books were not pressed. Now, they didn't mean much cleaning, these books. These books, you know, if you know the Infinity Gauntlet, you know the book, it doesn't require tons of cleaning. But I'm going to tell you, these books were not pressed. There's no way these books were freaking pressed. And he paid this guy, at the time, I think $15 per book to press them, plus he paid for the CBCS grading fees. He gets them back, cracks them all out, gives them to me, and at the time I was charging $15 a book, I believe. It was a very boring job. I hate doing 50 of one book. I hate doing that. I've done it many times. I don't like doing it. Anyways, you got to do what you got to do, right? So I pressed them all out. I pressed them all, sent them all to CGC, or he sent them all to CGC, and I'm happy to report that every single one came back. I'm not even lying. A 9.8. A 9.8. Okay? 9.4, 9.6s all came back 9.8s. Some guy took his money and ran. Took his money, lied to him, said he did the work. He didn't do the work. That's the kind of bullcrap I can't stand hearing. And I know who this guy was too. And it's disgusting that you'd be so low to promise somebody you're going to do something and not do it. Now, I might take forever to do it, but when I tell you I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. Hopefully that forever will not be like that forever. Hopefully my turnaround time won't be that awful forever. Okay, let's keep going here because I got to get out of here. Have a good night. You too, Luke. Blade Man, retire Kevin. I said that way. Work to live, not live to work. Right now, I'm working to live, and I got to stop. Time for power walking. Yes, it'd be good for me. Davey Clare, hey, how you doing, man? Still got your apprentice working with? Yes, I do. He's fantastic. He's getting better and better. The other day, I went and I inspected like almost 35 books, and they all looked great. So I was quite happy to see that. Ed McGinty's official name. I'm sorry. Oh, you made it all up. Okay. Thanks, Dennis. Stavros, oops. You have an ASM 101. You will laugh when you crack it and redo it. All right, look forward to it. Brother Kev, the fact that the fact that your wait time is so long is indicative of your work, your quality of work. That's what I keep telling myself. It still sucks, but I keep telling myself that. Dennis, wow, friends that like that 40 or 50, bravo on a 9.8 thing. Yeah, 40 or 50. We'll track them down and beat them up. That's right. Honesty is the key, and honesty is the key in every business and everything you do. Honesty is key, man. Key. No matter what happens, the moment you start making up baloney and telling people stories, it comes back and it bites you in the ass. And again, I'm not going to mention names again. I won't mention the ones that are naughty, but there's a, and if you guys are local to the Toronto area, you know exactly what I'm talking about. There's a comic book store that the guy had a lot of hot water for their telling stories regarding CGC submissions and what have you. And I'm going to tell you, it hurt them. It hurt that company. And they've been around for a long time, and they started playing games with, I heard so many, I got a lot of clients from them. I'll tell you that right now. A lot of them ran to me because of the nonsense they were putting up with. And when I heard what they were doing, I was shocked that a company that had been around for so long was behaving the way that it was and operating the way it was. Again, I'm not mentioning any names, but it was really sad to see that, you know. You need to find yourself in the multiverse and get those stats. Now that, Stavros, is a fantastic idea. Get into the multiverse. I'll have to get my own, if I only had that same power that America Chavez had, I could open up a portal and go find more Kevins, drive my wife crazy. I'm not saying nothing. I'm not saying nothing. You guys can talk amongst yourselves, but I will never point a finger. All I know is, things happen. People talk, and it's no good. And I don't want that. I don't want that at all. And that's why I'm not even going to point fingers or anything like that. Please give me names. Guys, listen, it is 10 o'clock. I want to go watch some Ozark. Or 10:12. I want to go watch some Ozark before my wife goes to sleep, because I can't watch it without her, and we're only on the new episode 4, I think. Oh, the Kevins, that's right. Listen, guys, if you haven't voted already, with 18 votes right there, I'll leave this poll up for a while. Maybe I'll turn it off tomorrow. Other guys who are watching this video, if you haven't voted, and I think you can vote when I'm offline, go ahead and vote. Let's keep that going. So right now, going strong, still 83%. So Steve, go over there and watch that Doctor Strange. I'd love to hear what you have to say about it. Guys, remember, thank you so much for getting me to 1,500 subscribers. Hopefully by this time next year, we'll be at 3,000. You never know. People are now coming and saying some more, and I'm getting out of here. Brother Kev, by the way, I like Doctor Strange 2. Very obvious it was directed by Raimi with the horror vibe. Love the death of Black Bolt. Me too. What do you teach? I bet your students love you. Do they? I don't know. Some do. I hope so. Sometimes they come on here. I've had a couple of my students come on here, actually, some of my film students. Right now, I'm currently teaching 2 film classes. I'm an arts teacher, so my entire career has been arts-based. So I've taught, early in my career, I taught drama, musical theater, production classes, musical theater, film studies. I've taught English before and things like that. I taught visual arts. My specialty is actually visual arts. I went to university for visual arts, fine arts. But I was pigeonholed into the drama department when I was first hired, and I guess I did a good job because I never left the drama department. And I've always been very interested in the theater and visual arts. Those are my two things. So yeah, but right now in my golden years, I'm currently teaching film studies and a religion through the arts class, which is pretty much another arts kind of a exploring the arts type course, which is fantastic. Anyways, my friends, I am getting out of Dodge. Thank you so much for coming today. Again, if you haven't done so already, please hit subscribe. Subscribe to the channel, like the content. Liking the content helps with my analytics here on YouTube. Thank you for getting me to 1,500 subscribers. That's fantastic. I'll be having a $250 draw very soon to celebrate that momentous occasion of hitting the 1,500 subscriber mark. What else can I tell you? I think that's it. I'm tired. I want to go to bed. Guys, have a fantastic night. We'll see you very soon. Hit that notification bell because I'll be on here soon with another unboxing, CGC unboxing, sooner rather than later. More are on the way. All right, guys, have a great night. Take care. And see you again soon. Bye for now. Oh, there it is.